Hello student, welcome to Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology behind the wrist. Our subject Applied Mathematics, myself Smita Shekhar Kamble. Chapter 1 Function. In chapter, we have to use the most mathematical symbol, that is less than or equal to, greater than equal to. Name of the interval, notation, inequality description, number line represented or representation. Finite and close. It is close AB, that is close bracket is used. A less than equal to X less than equal to B. This bracket is also called the close bracket. So now A less than equal to X less than equal to B. So finite, it is look as a dot product there. Now finite and open. A comma B. A less than X less than B. That means the two product represent, it is not available on real line. The middle one real numbers we have to take. Next, finite and half open, close interval A comma B, A open and close with B. So we have to use the A less than equal to X less than equal to B, A less than X less than equal to B, dot product we have to close. Finite and close, minus infinity comma B, close, A plus infinity, minus infinity less than X less than equal to B, A less than equal to X less than infinity. Means infinity is symbol, that means the numbers are in a form of infinite number. Any numbers we have to take. Next one is infinite and open. Minus infinity to comma B, minus infinity less than X less than B. So we have to highlight A comma plus infinity, A less than X less than plus infinity. So that's why we have to allocate these numbers, but we have to not carry these numbers. Infinite and open, minus infinity to plus infinity, minus infinity less than X less than infinity. So it is exactly our real line. We have to take the example, what is going on. Write the following inequalities using interval notation. 0 less than X less than 2, it is open, 0 comma 2. 0 less than equal X less than equal to 2 means it is close interval, that is 0 comma 2. 0 less than X less than 2, it is close 0, open with 2. 0 less than X less than equal to 2, it is open with 0 but close with 2. For example, I take here, suppose 0 less than instead of 2 we have to write suppose 3, so it is 0 comma 3. So we have to take only number here, output is 1. If we have to take the 0 less than X less than equal to 2, 3, so outputs are the 0, 1, 2, 2 is also available. Next one is what? We have to take the notation 0 less than equal to X less than 2. So we have to take the 0. Next is 1 only. 0 less than equal to 2. So we have to take the 0 is not available because it is open. So 1, 1 and 2. Okay. So we have to take this way. Domain and range, that is useful. Domain is all the possible X values of function. Range is all the possible values of Y value of function. My diagram is look like this way. Domain of the function, let X comma Y be an order pair, or let Y is equal to f of X. X is called domain and Y values are called range. We can determine the domain and the range of the quadratic function whose graph is a parabola such as the one in the figure 1 from its graph. For example, 0 comma infinity is the range because it is look like the quadratic equation y f of x is equal to x square. Suppose we put x equal to 1. we derive 1 comma 1 value. If we have to put minus 1, so we derive minus 1 comma 1. If we have to put the 2, so 2 square is 4, so second number is 2 comma 4. Next, minus 2 comma 4, so we have to evaluate, it is obviously minus 2 square is 4. So in this way, we have to find the 4 points. So here infinity and range, we have to take the domain. Domains means what? The x values. So x values we have to consider, I highlight here, the x values are minus 1, 1, 2, minus 2. So I highlight here, and we have to take the new values, that is the y values, that is range. So it is look like this way, 4, this 4, minus 1 and 1. These are called the range. So in this way we have to highlight. For example, better understand by example. Example of a quadratic function. F of x is equal to x square minus 1. So y-intercept is 0 comma minus 1. We have to put the value 0. So we derive minus 1 is the y value. X-intercept we have to put x equal to 0. So we have to put the x equal to 0? No. We have to put y is equal to 0. So that's why y is equal to 0. That means we have to take minus 1 is there. So y, it is minus 1 minus 1. It is the, we have to take the derived value. That is means what? In the y, to find the x-intercept, we have to put y is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to x square minus 1. So x equal to both the option. X square is equal to 1. That means x is equal to plus minus 1. That's why minus 1 and 1 are the this one. So domain is infinite because we have to start the domain is not x values. X values, any values we have to take, and range means the y value. Y values are limited, that is start from minus 1 and leave it up to infinity. So in this way, this quadratic equation is possible to find. Determine the domain and range of the following function. F of x is equal to 3x plus 1. It is the equation. If we have to put the minus 2 is there, 3 into minus 2, so minus 6 plus 1, minus 5. Minus 1 we have to put 3 into minus 1, so minus 3 plus 1, so minus 2. 0, we have to put the 0, so 3 into 0 is 0, 0 plus 1, the final value is 1. We have to put next value is 1. So 1 is equal to 3 into 1 is 3. 3 plus 1, it is obviously 4. So domain are all real number. Means we have to put the domain is look like this way. And f of x is the range. Now range is equal to f of x. Range is equal to f of x. Okay, so range is look like this, and I use the capital R, and we have to highlight. Domain of function, that is range of inverse. Range of f is domain of f inverse. Always remember, f of x is the function, f inverse of x is the inverse of that function. The domain values are input the function, and the range value is output of the function. We have to put the function is as always way y is equal to f of. Okay, so in this way we have to take. Better understand by the example. Function means what? Daughters are domain. Amy, Anna, Jocelyn, Daphne and Jenny. Mothers are Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Sanchez and Mrs. Perry. Amy and Anna are the daughters of Mrs. Smith. Jalen and Daphne are the daughters of the Sanchez. And Jenny is the daughter of Mrs. Perry. That means domain are always input and range are output. That means the Smith, Saint and Jerry. So we have to do this way. So each element in the domain point to only one element in the range. This is called the function. So now Amy, Mrs. Smith, Anna, Mrs. Smith, Jolene, Mrs. Sanchez, Daphne, Mrs. Sanchez, Jenny, Mrs. Perry. These are the output of the any function. Domain elements do not repeated. That means the output elements are not different. Therefore, this is the function. Relation means what? The teacher and the student. Mr. Genio, M.A. Anna Jenny, Mrs. Lopez, Jesslyn Daffy. That means not a function since elements in a domain point to multiple elements in the range. Means what? It is the domain. Domain have many relation with each and every student. That is called a relation. Mr. Genio, Amy, Mr. Genio, Jenny. That means our domain is fixed but outputs are different. That's why it is called a relation and previously it is called a function. That is difference between the relation and function. Compare the relation to relation on the below. Relation 1 is a function 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4. Relation not second is not a function because 0, 1, 1 not equal to 2, 1 not equal to 4. Since the relation hash 1 has only one value for each x, that is relation is called function. That means 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4 both have the same values. But other hand, relation 2 has no two distinct y values, 2 and 4 for the same x values of 1. That here the represent the relation number 2. Therefore, relation 2 does not satisfy the definition of mathematical function. Relation versus function. What is the difference? Relations and function. A relation is the set of order pairs x, y. A function is the set of order pair x, y such that no two order pairs have the same x values but different y values. That means x is not varies. That means x which we have to fix that. X is always fixed and we have to interpret. Function versus relation. A relation is just relationship between sets of the information. A function well-behaved relation, that is giving starting point we have exactly where to go. For example, people and their height, it is pairing of names and heights. We think of this relation as an order pair. Yes, height comma name or name comma height. That's why we have to better understand the function and relation using this point. Always verify that the domain, that is the x value, is always fixed and y value is varies. That's why it is called a range. The function in mathematics, the concept function is very basic parts of mathematics and one of the appears in a form of algebra, trigonometry and calculus. The term function was first used by Leibniz in 1673 to denote the dependence of one quantity on another. In general, if a quantity y depends on the quantity x in such way that each value of x determined exactly one value of y, then we say that the y is the function of x. Definition of the function. We understand about the relation and function. Now it is better way we have to understand by mathematical way of the function. Definition. Let A be non-empty set. A function from f from A to B is an assignment of exactly one element of B to each element of A. We write f of A is equal to B if B is unique element of B that's assigned by the function f to element of A of capital A. If it is a function from A to B, it is rewrite as f from A to B. Functions are sometimes called mapping or transformation. That is very important concept we have to use. Transformation means what? We have to establish the relation between A and B contents of the set. Be clear about that. A and B are non-empty set. Non-empty set means at least one element is available in both of the set and it is a function is a form of A assignment of exactly one element of B to each element of A. So we have to exactly one element from the set of B. There is at least one element from the set of A. That is called the function definition. Operation of the function. F of x is equal to 4x g of x 2x plus 3. Addition 4x plus 2x plus 3 6x plus 3. Subtraction 4x minus g of x 4x minus 2x minus 3. So we have to compare this way. Today's lecture is over.